from Baclao. That basket is good at linya pang foul.
And Abueva is hurt as he comes down.
Jericho against Dozier, gets it to two. Anthony goes to the crossover, finishes with a left. He gets that basket, Mikasama pang foul. RBC, Cruz on the run once again. Jericho Cruz is a man possessed. Baclao for to shoot. Baguio from top of the key. That's good.
What a third quarter Baguio said. 12 points in this quarter for a total of 14.
Short pass to Baclao. Rattles out. Dozier is there to clean it up. Dozier again. Looking to bulldoze his way through. As Rob Dozier buries another one from deep.
He really is Mr. Everything.
Lee splitting two defenders and getting by Dozier just as well.
Paul Lee off the dribble is as good as there is in the PBA.
It's a 3-on-2 the other way. Lee hesitates and pulls the trigger, and he buries that three. Oh! Rob Dozier putting on his big boy pants for the slam. Belga lines it up and delivers the long ball.
Mabuhay Pilipinas! It's PBA Finals Sunday from the Big Dome in Cubao, Quezon City. Ang ating Hunger Games magpapatuloy. Second salvo naman, game number 2 ng ating serye between the Alaska Aces and the Rain or Shine Elasto Painters. And as we said, Alaska needs to win today to tie up this series. Make it exciting. Rain or Shine gustong mag 2-0 lead, commanding sa ating best of 7. Ako po si Charlie Cuna. At ang kasama ko ngayon, none other than PBA Coach Ryan Gregorio, and of course, ang coach ng ating Gilas Pilipinas, Coach Tab Baldwin. And an interesting game number 1, Coach Tab. But problem with the Alaska Aces, everyone is saying some guys did not step up.
Well, their bench didn't perform nearly as well as the Rain or Shine bench, but I don't think that's a big surprise. You've got Vic Manuel out, JV Castillo out. They are star performers on that bench, and they hope to come back later in this series. But you see those three there, Calvin Abueva, Chris Banchero, RJ Hazul, their production wasn't hugely less, but the percentages at which they produced was significantly less. And Alaska just has to perform much more efficiently in this game if they hope to compete.
Well, that's right. You see the guys on your screens, guys na kailangan mag-step up dito para kay Coach Alex Compton. Punta naman tayo sa kabilang panig. Coach Ryan, you talk about guys stepping up. Paul Lee being vintage Paul Lee.
Oh, he was just fantastic in game 1. He scored a total of 20 points. Grabbed 1 rebound. What is nice is his percentage from the 3-point area. That is the shot that Alaska allows, an outside shot. When you shoot 80%, that means it's going to open up the defense. And Rain or Shine was just so good. They shot more than 50% from the 3-point area, and that is what Paul Lee brings to the table for this team.
We've heard reports Paul Lee, hindi man lang 100%. He's still favoring an injury, and yet he's able to perform at such a high level in the championship series. They saved him in a couple of the earlier rounds, Coach Tab, and now you can see him doing his thing here in the finals.
I spoke with Paul before the game, and he said he feels good. He said the ankle's good. He's getting back into game shape. When I saw him play the last 8 minutes of game 1, my thought right then was that Paul is ready to go. He's back to near full fitness, and that's a very dangerous sign for Alaska Aces.
So he played greatly. Let's hear more about both teams with our courtside reporter, Carla Lizardo.
The Alaska Aces and Coach Alex Compton had a lot to talk about after game number 1, and they talked about one thing that they recognized is that Rain or Shine's scoring opportunities were coming mostly from how well they space the floor and how well they execute those ball screens. So that is something that they addressed during practice yesterday. And Coach Alex Compton actually told them that at this point of the finals, despite their depleted lineup, being tired is illegal. At this point, they have all the time in the world to be tired after this final series. As for the Rain or Shine Elasto Painters, Coach Yang Yao had pretty much the same instructions as game number 1. Maintain their pace, take extra care of the ball as to not fall victim to Alaska's press, and to have their local big men do a much better job of defending Rob Dozier. Back to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Carla Lizardo, ating kasama at courtside. Unang posesyon ng ating laro, nasa mga nakapulang Elasto Painters. This is the start of the first quarter. Simula na ng tagisan ng tunay na lakas. Cobra, gusto ko pa. A miss from 3-point land para umpisa na ating laro, Coach Ryan. He was going to come out shooting today.
Oh yes, especially after his phenomenal performance in Game 1. It's very important really for Paulie to get his shooting from the outside going because it really opens up a lot of opportunities for his team.
Scrambling for that ball. Lots of guys touched it. Nalabas. Napalabas yung bola. Si RJ Azul ang huling tumapik niyan. So turnover agad. First possession pa ng Alaska and they turned the ball over.
Well, interesting, Paul Lee in the starting lineup, whereas Jericho Cruz started out Game 1 just on fire. Paul Lee finished the game, so Yang Gao maybe wants to ride Paul at the start of this game.
Almost a miscue mula kay Ponferrada. Finds Chris Chu sa may kanan. Milking a bit of the clock as he tries to get free. Tried to pass it away. Tumama sa pani Azul. That's a turnover for Rain or Shine. Here come the aces. Sai Baguio sizing up ang depensa. Abueva quickly to Sunny Toss. Down to 12 to shoot. Bounce inside to Abueva. It's tipped away. And another turnover back-to-back para sa Alaska Aces. Ito si Paul Lee, may tanga ng bola. He'll go in, lean back, get it off the glass. Paul Lee for two.
So 2 forced turnovers for Rain or Shine. And the last basket, Paul Lee is not taking any chances right now. He wants to go inside the basket for a higher percentage shot.
You know, last game, itong Rain or Shine came out really like a house on fire. Quick start, Alaska found themselves down. Big early, Coach Tab. Obviously, Coach Alex doesn't want that to happen again.
And good sign there for RJ Azul getting going early. You know, he just didn't produce. He's been a strong performer throughout the playoffs thus far for Alaska. So they really need him to step up. And as we talked about, they've got to find offensive production from somewhere other than Rob Dozier.
And hopefully the locals can step up. Chris Chu, one leg up, 16-foot jumper para kay Chris Chu.
Yeah, I think it bears pointing out how Yang Gao builds confidence, and throughout his players, his whole bench performed so well. 67 points off the bench in Game 1. You just never know with Coach Yang who he's even going to start.
Oh, yes.
So everybody is ready to play.
But we do remember the Alaska Mist, the 2 rookies started out last game, Troliano and Ahandisi, and they had very, very good first quarters for Coach Yang Gao. There's a side jumper mula kay Paul Lee. 2 baskets na para rito kay Paul Lee. Strong start for him.
Oozing with so much confidence in the series against San Miguel. Paul Lee started out really, really slow. He was only averaging 11.7 points per game on a 37% shooting. But there is a reason why he was so slow. It is because he's coming off an injury. But right now, it is really as good as advertised.
On the curl, itong si Rob Dozier, atake sana sa basket. There was a foul, but we'll show you this first. The Time to Shine move brought to us by Rain or Shine. Sunroof, gloss roof paint. Make your roof durable and shiny with Rain or Shine Sunroof.
Paul Lee uses his body so well when he gets into the paint. He's a big, strong guy. And when he puts his body on you, that's always to his advantage. And then sometimes he gets the call on top of it.
Oh, that's a quick
foul.
one.
Oh,
that's a quick one, yeah.
Technical foul on that fellow on your screens. Coach Yang Gao natawagan na agad. We're barely 3 minutes into the ball game. So RJ Azul at the line now for the technical free throw.
But it's not like we were surprised. I was surprised because it's too early. He's gonna get that tech in this game, but not in just less than 3 minutes.
RJ puts it in. At nakita natin si Yang Gao. Very focused dito sa laro. Alam naman natin, may iba rin iniisip si Coach Yang Gao. Pero bukas pa yon. Dahil nga sa mangyayaring eleksyon. Pero right now, nakapokus siya rito sa laban ng Rain or Shine at Alaska. Ang kanyang team lamang naman. 6-3 with 9:15 to go. First quarter action. Sonny the Boss toss against Pierre Henderson Niles. The drive from Cyrus. And he attacks the basket successfully. Cyrus is one of the locals who played very well in game number 1 for Coach Alex Compton. You know, and then, we're talking about other guys who need to step up, but Cyrus, a guy you can count on.
He is. He's a very consistent player, but he needs that kind of game where he's slashing to the basket more than shooting the 3-pointers. First half of game 1, he was outside shooting, didn't get a lot going, then he got it going in the second half.
Sonny the Boss tough to get up the Papasan, trying to back up Henderson Niles. That's pretty difficult task. He was caught underneath. That's a miss. Ito na naman ng Rain or Shine. One and done for the Alaska Aces. Chris Chu faking the jumper. Henderson Niles, hindi niya teritoryo yan. Kaya linabas muna kay Paul Lee. Paul Lee weaving through the traffic. Ball gets left behind. He recovers. Kicks the Jewel. 16-foot jumper. Pasok para kay Ponferrada.
Well, what is nice about the offense of Rain or Shine is everyone has the license to shoot. It's not like the import is demanding the ball every single time. So if you're open, you have that opportunity and the luxury to take that shot, as what we've seen here with the shot of Ponferrada.
On the contrary nga, Henderson Niles barely even calls for that ball. Only 6 points in game 1, Coach Tab.
And that's not what he's out there for. He's out there to set screens, move the ball, play defense.
That's the guy who scored heavily in game number 1. You don't see Rob Dozier, 41 points. Pero dito nahihirapan pa siya sa ating first quarter. Gabe Norwood on the move. Went up with nowhere to go. That's a turnover. Aces will attack. Baguio to the trailing Abueva. Stepped in closer. The one-hand shot is in.
Now, this is one situation in Rain or Shine must watch out for. The ability of Alaska to force turnovers. They are the best in the league in forced turnovers and points off the turnovers as well.
The other thing I think we've got to see from Alaska in terms of not so much adjustments, but here's Ponferrada again hitting the three to get back to the point.
Brought to us by Oppo F1 Series selfie expert. Yes, Coach Tab, you were saying.
Yes, I think we've got to see Alaska win the energy game. I'm looking for offensive rebounding. I'm looking for Calvin to get involved in the paint area, either slashing or offensive rebounding to get the energy this team needs.
And you see RJ Azul, that's a 3 mula sa kanya. Hatid din sa atin ng Oppo F1 Series selfie expert. So he answers the 3 on the other end. Our score is 13-10. Azul, great start dito sa larong ito.
Oh, he already tied his first game performance with 5 points, and we're only in the first quarter.
Gabe Norwood has gone up twice, hesitating in this game, and now that's a really bad shot taken there. Hits nothing. Abueva umatake. Bagsak si Ponferrada. Mintis ang tira, pero may free throws para kay The Beast.
Calvin only had a 1-on-4 that time, so I think he was looking for the 5th defender to get involved to make it a real challenge for himself.
That's the type of player Calvin Abueva is. You know, he sees an import guarding, that makes him want to drive even more. He sees 4 guys, gets him more excited to get into the paint.
Absolutely, and that's the evolution of Calvin's game. He is becoming more decisive and making better decisions, but still he is always looking for a challenge out there on the court.
Here's a cool play brought to us by Hitachi. 3 world-class innovations, 1 name in air conditioning. Hitachi. Abueva, pasok ang kanyang unang free throw. Yung pangalawa, Mintis, rebound ni Henderson Niles, and as Coach Tab said a while ago, that's what he's there for. He gets those boards, occasionally baskets underneath, but not the high-scoring import who dominates the ball. And yet they're winning. Here's Lee kicking it out to Norwood. Hesitation once again. Trapped in the corner is Lee, and 3 seconds on Henderson Niles.
Well, Henderson Niles was just ready for the offensive rebound, but a case of overpassing there for Rain or Shine.
So balik ang bola sa panig ng Alaska Aces. Naghahabol sila. 2 ang lamang ng Rain or Shine, 13-11. Once again, this is game 2 of our best-of-7 final series in the Commissioner's Cup. Charlie Cuna together with coaches Ryan Gregorio and Tab Baldwin from the Big Dome. Almost halfway through quarter 1. Bounce pupunta kay Dozier. A dribble, hesitation, jumper, pasok. Tabla ating laro, 13-all is our score. Second deadlock. Chris Chu almost got pickpocketed by Baguio. Nakatref na yan si Ponferrada a while ago. Ngayon, on the dribble, nawala. 2-on-1 ang numero. Baguio behind the back. Back to Cyrus in hesitation. Gabe Norwood providing the intimidation. And anyway, Baguio gets it through. What a play there.
Well, almost a case again of overpassing there. 2-on-1 situation, but they opted to make an extra pass. Good thing for Baguio. He was up to the occasion, and he still buried that perimeter jumper.
Coach Tab, you have a big smile on your face.
Yeah, well, 2-on-1, you expect to get the layup as we see Niles Henderson get the power move underneath. You expect to get the layup. They got the 2 points anyway. Great defense by Gabe Norwood, though.
Right. That's what he does best as well. Ikot-ikot ang bola para sa Alaska. Tabla ating score, naagaw na. Gabe Norwood, may dala, kalaban si Calvin Abueva. Kinaliwa ni Gabe, bintis ang layup. And Hazul getting that board. Going back the other way, back and forth dito sa ating first quarter. Baguio had to go to the side. Dozier is able to pick it up lots of times sa kanilang shot clock. And they slow it down. Hazul wisely says, hey, let's settle down, guys. Bounce goes to Toff. He likes that kind of shot, but it's in and out. Scramble for the loose ball. Rob Dozier nakakuha ng fresh 14 para sa Aces.
These offensive rebounds are what Alaska wants. I promise you they do not want to see this score getting up in the 20s in any quarter this game.
Another jumper from RJ Hazul. Feeling it dito sa ating first quarter. 7 puntos na para sa kanya. Lamang ng Alaska ng dalawa. Chris Chu to Henderson. That's quick pass inside. What a find from the big man.
Nice assist pass there for the import of Rain or Shine. He was quite open, take that shot, but he saw his teammate more open for that easy winner.
What an addition Joel Ponferrada has been to this Rain or Shine lineup for this season. We know he came in and gives them another big guy inside and can finish inside as well on that great pass. 3:56 na titira sa ating first quarter. Tabla ating score. Babalikan yung PBA coverage ng Commissioner's Cup Finals. Ang bola nasa Alaska, tabla ating score 17-all, 3:47 remaining in the first quarter. Ball goes to Dozier. He steps back, 16-foot jumper, is short. Rebound nakuha ni Banchero. Another offensive rebound, Coach Tab.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. If they can get production off the boards, they're going to love that because that's extra possessions for them, extra shots, and less time that Rain or Shine has their hands on the basketball.
And they're able to convert once again on that second opportunity. Si Rob Dozier, ang nakashoot doon, gives his team the lead back with 3:20 to go. Maverick is in the game. Ahan Nisi. Rock and roll. Raymond Almazan nandyan na rin. Henderson Naz was calling for it. He saw Noy Baclao. Instead goes out to Almazan, who drives to the hoop and loses footing. Traveling, says referee Aquino.
What is obvious right now, especially with the way Alaska is defending, they're rushing out to the three-point shooters of Rain or Shine, something that they did not do consistently in game one. They're forcing even the big guys to put the ball down, and they're just clogging the paint as soon as the ball is inside the paint.
Rain or Shine's going to have to look at extra passes because it's going to be there, especially with Abueva's man, because he's everywhere early in this game, taking charges, running the floor, doing what Calvin Abueva does best.
Contiveros pumunta kay Banchero. Dikit na dikit ang depensa, both teams in this game. Abueva with a 3. Wide right is the shot. The rebound taken by Henderson Niles. And you know, while Abueva's three-point shooting has improved, that he gets a steal, you don't really want to see him all the time outside the rainbow arc. And that's what we were saying. Abueva got excited. Nakita si Henderson Niles. Went straight to the hoop, missing the layup. Norwood naman ngayon. Kay Teng. Jarek Teng is in the game.
Don't be surprised if the Aces start going under these ball screens out there with Tang and Ahamnisi and Norwood handling the guard positions.
That's a great lefty layup mula sa sentro na si Raymond Almazan para tablayin na naman ang laro natin. 19-all. Wala pang 2 minutes na natitira right now in the first quarter. Abueva goes to Don Ontiveros, swing it around. They want to get it to Dozier. 7 to shoot. It's tipped out. The ball will stay with the Alaska Aces. Pero may timeout na tinawag si Coach Alex Compton. We'll be back. 1 minute 47 seconds remaining sa ating first quarter. We're all tied up at 19. These two teams really evenly matched. Don't want to separate themselves too much, especially early in the game. And Alaska has done a great job, Coach Tapp, of keeping it close here.
They have, and you know, the game has flowed probably more to their liking in this first quarter. A lot more time down in their offensive end. They're playing less defense because they're getting more offensive rebounds. Scoring efficiency for neither team is really high. And Rain or Shine's going to depend on that efficient offensive game.
And you've talked about a number of second chance opportunities for Alaska. They actually have 3 offensive rebounds, and Rain or Shine still nothing. Going back to game 1, a total of 20 second chance points for Rain or Shine and only 17 for Alaska, or 14 for Alaska.
And as you were saying that, Coach Ryan, and another offensive rebound, Sunny Dos kicked it out to Banchero para for 3. Lamang na naman ang Alaska ng 3. Look at that shot from Bo Belga, trying to be Dirk Nowitzki on that play.
Bo continuing his hot form from game 1 where he had 15 points and waiting for the appearance of J.R. Kenyahan as well because he was quiet in game 1, but I have a feeling that he will show up in this game.
In fact, Kenyahan was their leading scorer, local scorer throughout the tournament. Tipped away from Baclao, nakuha naman ni TDLC. Out to Nonoy Baclao, had to put it up from 3, get some rim. Ball goes to Jarek Teng. Almazan was calling for it. And finally it gets to Raymond, wants to go baseline, but he traveled, shuffled his feet before putting the ball on the floor. That's a turnover.
Amazon's been very aggressive offensively with the ball so far in this quarter. A couple of traveling calls, missed one converted layup, another missed layup, but certainly forcing the action when the ball comes into his hands.
And this is the kind of defense that Alaska is really known for. They forced 7 turnovers already in this first quarter alone.
8 seconds to shoot, Banchero. Nakasabitan ng mga braso. Looks like Maverick will be called for a personal. He's not happy about the call as he speaks with the referee. That's the first personal for the overall number 3 pick in the last PBA draft.
To add to your point, that defensive aggression has come with no fouls on Alaska so far the first quarter. A point that I'm sure Yang Gao will make to the referees at the end of the quarter.
But he has to be very careful. He already has 1 technical foul.
Pagparandam sa inyong paboritong PBA idols using Shout, a new way of expressing yourself quickly and easily. Go to sports5.ph, look for the Shout tab para makapagbati sa inyong mga bida dito sa Liga. Libre po ito, no registration required. Chris Banchero, second-year man, knocks down that free throw. He's got 5 in the game. Pass up ahead to Ahanmisi, and Banchero playing some defense on the long ball, but he's called for a personal. And now he can't believe it, had some words. There's a whistle from Art Herrera. Will there be a warning?
From my vantage point, I don't know with your vantage point, Coach, but I didn't see no foul there too.
I didn't either. It looked like an NFL bomb play.
Exactly.
And Banchero made a great interception at the last second. It was more of a takeaway than an interception. I'd love to see the replay.
Instead, he gets called for a personal and is warned for complaining. So we have to watch it with 24 seconds to go. 5-second differential, rather 3-second differential between game clock and shot clock. Ahanmisi pupunta kay Belga. Belga, lead ng kalaban. Banchero took advantage of it, but throws it too hard off that glass. So the last 10 seconds, para na sa Alaska ito.
See Alaska switch the ball screen for the first time. Here's Banchero doing what he does so well.
And he gets the hook. Chance for the 3-point play para kay Chris Banchero.
Almost a turnover again. That was a bad shot. So if it's a bad shot, it's pretty much like a turnover. And Alaska is pouncing on those things. They know exactly that Rainer Shine is already in team penalty. And even Banchero is taking advantage of his matchup against Teng, who did not play at all in game 1.
That was an awesome play brought to us by Signal. Awesome news. Subscribe to the all-new Signal Flexi plan with no lock-in. Enjoy 1 month free MSF. Purchase the Signal HD kit for only $2,990. Pay 1 month advance. MSF. For more details, visit www.signal.tv. And with 0.8 of a second remaining, may foul na tinawag rito, but that was a foul to give because, as you said earlier, Coach Tapp, lots of fouls for Alaska to give up here.
Very smart play by Tony De La Cruz. Not going to let him get any run-out situation and score at the end.
Ahanmisi had to flip it up from half court. Got some rim. A little to the right. That would have fallen for Ahanmisi, but as it stands, natapos ang ating quarter number 1. 5-point lead para sa Alaska Aces, 26-21. Second quarter action mula rito sa Big Dome para patagisan ng tunay na lakas. Cobra, gusto ko pa. Charlie Cuna with coaches Ryan Gregorio and Tab Baldwin. Alaska leading by 5 at kanilang unang possession ng second quarter. They go into Sunny Dos, kicks it out to TDLC, finds Banchero in the corner. It's like Ahanmisi was daring him to shoot. Drives instead, leaves it for Sunny Dos. Nice play. And that motion, you know, that people were saying that they needed some more motion, Coach Tab, for Alaska to be effective. We saw it right there.
Well, a lot more slashing action to the basket for Alaska. Stylistically, Alaska would like that first quarter. More defense, more turnovers, fewer fouls, and offense coming from the locals rather than from Rob Dozier. They depended very little on Dozier in that quarter. So, you know, first points to Alaska for the first quarter.
Teng di ma-inbound ng bola. Napilitan tumawag ng timeout. He burns a timeout. 40 seconds into this second quarter. That's a 30-second timeout. And, well, good defense in that half court mula sa Alaska Aces to prevent the throw-in.
Defensively, this is what really Alaska surely prepared for yesterday because they allowed Rain or Shine to score 29 points in the first quarter alone in Game 1. And they could not challenge Rain or Shine into a shootout. Chances are they will lose. So if it's a defensive kind of a grind-out game, they have a better chance of winning. First quarter, 21 points, that is within range, as what Coach Tap earlier said. 21 points, that should be the target.
Well, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers watching us in the coverage today. Ang daming nanay dito na nandito ngayon. I would like to greet, of course, my mother, Brian's mother,
Oh, yes.
Tab, all the moms. Happy Mother's Day.
And my mother-in-law.
Where would we be without them? Huh? Where would we be without them?
That's right.
Given that it's election time, I like the diplomacy, Coach Ryan.
Your mother-in-law.
My mother-in-law.
Pass comes in to Bo Belga. Hinahanap niya si Maverick Anmisi. Sabi niya, ako na lang. Handoff kay Jeff Chan. Nakapapasok lang sa umpisa ng ating second quarter. And immediately driving to the hoop. Bintis yan. Bo Belga cleans it up.
See Jeff Chan make that drive to the basket, and it just reminds me that although Rain or Shine only had 21 points in the first quarter, Yang Gao's got some bullets in his gun over there. Jeff Chan didn't play the first quarter, neither did Jericho Cruz, who was an all-star in Game 1 in the first quarter.
Another offensive rebound, however, mula sa Alaska Aces. Nakakarami na sila dito sa ating first half. So chance for more second chance points. Sanitos, the fake. That drive naman siya ngayon. Siya naman ang atake. The basket if there, but it's waved off by referee Killing in. So not counted yun. Side court inbound para kay Tony De La Cruz. Bo Belga is called for the personal.
Well, a little more energy here for Alaska during the first two quarters. They're getting a lot of second chance opportunities and second chance points. If I were to look at the last series they played against Meralco, they were extended up to Game 5, so probably in Game 1 they did not have enough legs to compete against Rain or Shine. But today's game, they have that usual spike and the usual energy on their legs.
30-second timeout is called by the Alafto Painters. You could see Sanitos was determined to score on that play. His shot wasn't counted earlier, but he got it back. Turnaround jumper. Coach Yang is not happy. His team is down by 7. You can see it there in the huddle. 10:27 pa natitira sa ating first half. You know, at this juncture, you're Rain or Shine, you're up 1-0, but you know that that's nothing in the 7-game series. 2-0 is a much better position, Coach Tap.
And I think that's what Coach Ryan really is alluding to there. You know, down 1-0, Alaska has to find the energy because that's what it's going to take, and you cannot go down 2-0 no matter how tired you are. You have to come out and play, and we just saw another timeout on an inbound situation because of Alaska's extended pressure.
But yun yung medyo hindi nakita ng mga fans kasi yung tuloy-tuloy na pag-pressure ng Alaska Aces. Some said Alaska looked tired in game number 1. Not today, so far. Misi, nakipagbanggaan kay Sanitos. Foul yan kay The Boss. Pakuuna lang niya yan. And let's see if Tos can stay out of foul trouble because in game number 1, he was in all sorts of foul trouble, especially the second half.
Well, you notice there, Bo Belga moved all the way to half court to set the ball screen for Hamisi. Something they did so well in the first game. They get these big guards going downhill to the rim.
There's the setup. Hamisi kicking it out to Jeff. That's a 3. Brought to us by Oppo F1 Series Selfie Expert. Ayan si Jeff Chan. Performance niya in game number 1. Mababa lang. Diba? Naka 2 points lang yata si Jeff Chan noong unang laro. Pero ngayon, stress agad ng kanyang unang tira. Mintis pang Alaska Aces. But Misi, not knowing it, Banchero was behind. Nobody shouted someone was coming. But it hit Banchero's foot before going out of bounds. With 9:49 remaining in the first half, let's hear from Carla Lizardo.
In the spirit of Mother's Day, I just wanted you guys to know that one player who is dictating this game to his mom is Jeff Chan. His mom actually raised him alone starting when he was in high school, so he's very grateful for her constant support. Unfortunately, she is in Bacolod right now, so he had to task his brother to take her out on this special day instead as he tries to help his team get a 2-0 lead in this series. Back to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Carla. Well, you know, I'm sure the mom's rooting, his mom's rooting him on sa larong ito, wherever they may be eating, wherever the brother took her. I'm sure there's a TV there. They're watching the game right now.
No doubt, no doubt. A lot of people tuned in for this very exciting series, and it's going to be a close one.
That's what everyone's expecting throughout this matchup between Alaska and Rain or Shine. Ayan na naman si Sanitos. much more comfortable pagkalaban si Bo Belga. Turnaround jumper, and that was a jump shot from Sanitos.
I was just so patient there. He waited for the double. He dribbled like 3 times. There was no double team, and he could shoot against Belga on the single coverage.
Belga, siya naman gustong bumawi. Masyado malakas ang kanyang tira. Banchero, one of the better rebounding guards in the league, gets another one.
And no rain or shine bodies anywhere near the offensive boards there when Bo Belga took the shot.
At ngayon, si Bo Belga getting called for a personal underneath. Ball never made it to Sanitos, but that's because somebody was holding on to him.
Well, Belga wanted to do some extra early work there, because if he lets Sanitos get to the paint 2 feet away from the basket, Sanitos is going to be hard to guard. But unfortunately, that's going to be the 3rd personal foul.
That's right.
Big boy Belga.
Ayun, dumidepensa si Anmisi. Belga came over for the double, out to Don Don. You know, slowly you were asking Coach Tab, where are Kinyahan, where's Chan, you know, where are these other guys, Jericho Cruz, and now they're all in the ballgame. And Cruz immediately forces a turnover, kicks it to Jeff Chan on the side. He goes in, but that shot was forced, looking for a foul. Eximiniano goes to Banchero, who wisely brings it back. Puro red shirt ang kanyang nakita, kaya nilabas muna ni Banchero yan. Tumira over Kinyahan, too strong. Anmisi tracks it down.
Eximiniano is another player that I thought we'd see today because, again, he brings that energy and that effort and defensive prowess. And now when you see this more offensive lineup from Rain or Shine with Cruz and Chan and Ahamnisi out there, this is the time when you're likely to see Eximiniano in there. And I'm sure he's in there to counter this move by Coach Angao with this more offensive guard lineup from Rain or Shine.
Eximiniano has really developed himself into one of the better defensive guards in the league. Really gets into your face and can actually do it from one side of the court to the other.
But what is nice is he has also developed his offensive game. He can now shoot from the outside, way beyond the 3-point area.
And can run ahead and finish fast breaks as well, Coach Ryan. Ito si Ping Eximiniano. But on the stripe right now, Jeff Chan hit a 3 when he came in. Now he hits 2 free throws, 5 points total in the game. Isa yan sa mga inaasahan ni Coach Yengyao na gumawa para sa kanilang koponan. The imports are back in now. Henderson, Niles, and Dozier, former teammates of the University of Memphis, will go at it again. There's a double. Quick all the way to the other side. There's Eximiniano for 3. He knocked it down, but that's going to be nullified. Dahil may foul na tinawag bago pa noon. Is it going to be Noy Baclao?
An illegal screen, yes, was called against Noy Baclao. He really wanted to get Eximiniano open there in the deep corner, but unfortunately it's a turnover.
I thought he was going to make it look good, Coach
Oh,
Ryan,
yes.
because he knocked down the 3, as you said a while ago.
Yeah, for a while I hated the referee.
Wouldn't be the first time, I'm sure.
4-point lead pa rin para sa Alaska Aces. Ngayon, offensive foul dito naman sa panic ng Rain or Shine. Kinyahan ang matatawagan niya.
Unlike me, Coach Ryan, who has extraordinarily good relationships with all the referees worldwide, I just wanted you to know that.
Oh, that's debatable. I actually have a tape.
You know, the Photoshop can do anything these days.
The referees, you have a good relationship with everyone, or they have a good relationship with you, and then you're just hiding on the field. So
I just, again, it's election time. It's all about diplomacy at this time. And I just think the guys in black and white do an extraordinary job.
how about the ladies in the international scene? It's a different story altogether.
Different story altogether.
Balik tayo sa action dito na kay Rob Dozier goes to Sam Eman, who's now in the ballgame. Another big body para kay Coach Alex Compton. Remember, no Vic Manuel, no Eric Menk. 2 of the frontliners para sa Aces. So some of the other big guys have to step up. That's a 3 from Banchero. Eman almost tipped it in and they get it back. Eman now inside, passes to Eximiniano. Too strong off the glass. Jericho Cruz naman nagmamadali ngayon. Fakes the pass, umilalim sa depensa. Sobra naman ang kanyang pektos. Balik na naman tayo sa kabilang panik. Aces slow it down. And it's stolen by Jericho Cruz. Cakewalk para kay Jeff Chan. Easy 2. What a sequence we had just then.
Well, sometimes you just get rewarded for being lazy to sprint down on defense. Just what happened there. Jeff Chan did not really run back on defense, but because he got that turnover, it was easy for him to get that shot off via layup.
Bumaba na sa dalawa na lang lamang ng Alaska, 32-30. But now they bring it back up to 4 with the basket from outside. Ontiveros.
I was going to say, just while we blinked there, Rain or Shine cut that lead down to 2. And I'm concerned about Alaska's offense right now. Dozier, now it's time for him to get back into the scoring column. And Cruz continues his assault on the scoreboard. But Alaska has to get Dozier going. This offense that's out there on the floor for them right now is fairly anemic in terms of what's been produced so far.
Yung tref ni Cruz, hatid sa atin ang Oppo F1 Series selfie expert. Gustong bawiin ni Ontiveros. At yun na nga ang nangyari. 3 for one team. The other one gets it back. Back to 4 ang lamang ng Alaska. Kinyan to the corner. Cruz another time.
Now it's just unforgivable to give Jericho Cruz that wide open shot from the 3. He's really been knocking those shots from the outside, even against San Miguel in their series. He averaged 16 points per game, and in game 1 he had 18 on a very high clip from the 3-point area.
Ang Alaska Aces na napatawag ng timeout ngayon. Hindi yata gusto ni Coach Alex Compton kanya nakikita dahil back-to-back 3-pointers para kay Jericho Cruz. Natapyas na ang kalamangan ng Alaska Aces. Isa na lang yan with 5:26 remaining in the half. Babalik ang inyong PBA coverage as we see some of the audience here on the sidelines of the PBA Commissioner's Cup Finals. Patricia Bermudez, he's on, of course, there. Eric Arreola ng Global Port. Willie Marshall of the PBA. Drive mula kay Jericho Cruz. Pinag-uusapan natin, we were talking about it during the short break, Coach Tab. The way things changed when Jericho Cruz entered the ballgame.
Well, this is a very not just that. Jericho brought a lot of energy, couple of steals. The transition game got going. All of a sudden, the offensive clip for Rain or Shine started to tick. They scored 15 points already this quarter, and most of that in the last few minutes. So he has really upped the tempo. Coach Alex Compton has countered by bringing Calvin Abueva back into the game, so he's going to try and match energy for energy.
You saw the Tanduay 5 on the floor, brought to us by Tanduay 5 years. Tibay ng loob, tibay Tanduay. Sa free throws na yun, lamang na ulit ang Rain or Shine. They're up by 1. And there's a foul on the inbound by Jericho Cruz. That's his first personal.
What is obvious is it's not just on the offensive end that is bringing so much energy. He's also doing it defensively. But what about this guy, Jericho Cruz, who was just drafted at number 9 in the 2014 draft, playing so well, the most consistent local here for Rain or Shine, averaging 13 points per game in the elimination round, and now he upped his performance to 18 in game 1.
Dozier baseline, nandun yung dalawang malalaki. Iniwan para kay Calvin, who had to change his shot. Pero nakakuha naman siya ng foul. So dalawang free throws mula kay Calvin Abueva. Henderson Niles, unang personal tinawag kontra sa kanya. Henderson Niles doesn't grab the spotlight para sa kanyang koponan. His minutes are nerfed. He's not in the whole ball game for 48 minutes. Pero seems to be the perfect fit after 3 import changes for the Rain or Shine Alaska Painters.
Well, they needed somebody who can really man the paint and get rebounds for his team. But not only that, even if he's not really scoring on the high 20s, he sets good screens. He has a very good IQ. He knows how to do pick and rolls. He knows the angles. And when it is necessary to score inside, he delivers it in crunch time situations.
That's right. You know, hilig pa niya sa mga foul counted na yun. The feed from Paul Lee dapat kay Jericho Cruz, tapik palabas. So 17 to shoot. They re-inbound that ball, Rain or Shine. Paul Lee, the lethal weapon. Ginamit ang screen, iniwan para kay Henderson Niles. One dribble. To Kinyahan, turnaround, Jane no-go. Bakbakan sa rebound. Jericho Cruz picks it up. Flips it over, Sanitov, too strong.
It's a very dangerous offensive lineup out there for Rain or Shine. You got Cruz, Chan, and Lee on the perimeter. And this is where Alaska has been getting profit through Sonny Thoss. Dozier, 41-point explosion in game 1, only 4 points so far this game. But Thoss has really picked him up with a lot of offensive punch in and around the post.
8 points na para kay the boss, Sanitov, dito sa ating first half. Kinyahan, di pa nagpapakita reto, but right as we say that, he goes straight into the hoop. No defense protecting the rim.
Well, a case of miscommunication there. They rotated on the wrong guy. They left Kinyahan wide open. And because of his weight right now, he's quicker to the basket.
Look at Calvin Abueva answering. Turnaround jumper off the glass. Pero ang bilis naman ng pass na patungo kay Jeff Chan. RJ Hazul pleading his case, says he didn't touch him. Let's look at the Time to Shine move brought to us by Rain or Shine Sunroof Gloss Roof Paint. Make your roof durable and shiny with Rain or Shine Sunroof.
Oh, Calvin was there to rotate, but he just overextended on that closeout, and that is why Kenyahan just blew by him.
Tignan natin ating shout count. Paul Lee is leading the point guards over RJ Hazul. So the player with the most yes shouts by the end of the game will be the Shouter's Choice Player of the Game. We'll announce that after the ball game. Puntahan muna natin si Carla. May kwento siya tungkol kay Paulie. Carla?
Paul Lee had an excellent showing during Game 1, but when I got to talk to him earlier, he said that he is still on the road to recovery and is only 75% healthy at the moment. Interestingly, he says that the hardest part of recovering actually stems from people's criticism of his game, but he just tries to brush it off and diverts his attention towards getting his rhythm back instead. Back to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Carla. You like the way Paulie says, I'm only 75%, but I can be the best player in Game 1 of a finals game, score 20 points, and bring my team to the win at 75%.
He isn't 75%. He's higher than that. Paul's pulling the wool over your eyes a little bit there, but he still isn't. I don't think he's 100% for 30-plus minutes, which is where he needs to get to. But in spurts, he looks as good as he ever has right now.
It helps a lot when there's a guy like Jericho Cruz who can take some of that weight off Paul Lee's knee and produce again. Let's look at this quality play brought to us by Mariwasan Tiles, celebrating 50 years of uncompromising quality. We'll be back. RJ Azul nasa linya para sa dalawang free throws. Naghahabol ang kanyang koponan. Down by 2, 44-42 with less than 3 minutes remaining in the first half. RJ Azul, maganda ang kanyang pagkamada rito sa ating first half so far. Let's welcome the champion team of Team Mandaluyong and Team Pasay from Ginebra San Miguel Barangay 3-on-3 basketball tournament to the PBA Finals. They'll be competing for the first Ginebra San Miguel 3-on-3 basketball championships on June 5 at SM North Skydome. Admission is free. There'll be games, a lot of special guests and surprises. Hatid ng Ginebra San Miguel. Ganado sa buhay. Nakaagaw ang Alaska. Rob Dozier gustong atakihin si JR Kenyan. Goes out instead to RJ Hazul. 4-4-4-4 ang ating scoreboard. Calvin against Jericho Cruz. Lots of energy there. Down to 5 to shoot. Abueva with attack. There's that one-hander. Flips it up. Tatlong talbog. Mintis. Rebound. Henderson Niles. Jericho naman. Inilayo muna yung bola. Inantay ang kanyang mga teammates with 2.5 to go. To Kinyahan. Swing to ball all the way to Jeff. Jumper. Masyadong malakas. Ganda ng ball movement. Hindi lang nila makompleto. On the run. Sanitos catches. Dribbles. Almost makes the hoop. Gets fouled. Pumunta sa linya. The boss.
Well, this is also an aspect in Game 1 that really rain or shine pounced on. Yung fast break points, partners. 17 fast break points for rain or shine in Game 1 and only 5 for Alaska. So you can see right now they're trying to push the ball and hopefully they can get easy baskets.
At si Sanitos, yung running flow. You always have to reward the big guy who's up there first. Gusto mo ba manalo ng 3,000 pesos? Mag-uwi ng maraming gadgets? Ano pa inaantay mo? Download updated Moneyball app sa Google Play, iTunes App Store at makipindot sa Moneyball tuwing halftime. Ang dali lang, di ba? Dahil ang laging pagtutok sa 5, siguradong panalo. Pero sa larong ito, wala pang siguradong mananalo dahil dikit na dikit ang ating labanan. Dalawa lang ang lamang ng Alaska approaching the last 2 minutes of the first half. And Calvin Abueva, you know, we talk about things that this guy has done. He played under you with Gila's coach staff, and he can provide things in so many different ways.
Look, a lot of what he does is, and everybody talks about it, the energy, but what people don't talk about is his street smarts. He really understands how to play the game. You see, there's not much of an elbow there at all, and he is really selling that to the refs. But he knows that there's a size disadvantage, a bulk disadvantage, and that's what he's selling to the refs, and he sold it very well that time.
And he gets the ball back for his team. Lamang sila ng dalawa. Gusto nilang dagdagan yan. Napunta kay Baguio. Baguio maganda laro ng first game. Hook shot na, no-go. Ayan na naman ang offensive rebound. Sanitos, masyado malakas sa reverse. Habulan sa bola. Paulie ang pumulot. Nakita si Jericho Cruz sa kanto. Hindi tinira. Inilabas muna kay Jeff Chan. Finally, Paul Lee will take it. It's offline. Henderson Niles trying to keep it alive, and it looks like that's going to be an Alaska foul.
Well, that's a good foul by Rob Dozier there. He's not in foul trouble, and it puts Henderson at the line. And well, this has been a bit of adventure for Niles Henderson coming to the free throw line. Interestingly, in the last timeout, Coach Yang Gao said Pierre Henderson needed to touch the ball. He wanted to get him the ball. As you can see him make his first free throw, which is good for Rainer Shine that he gets a little bit of rhythm there. But Yang wants everybody in his offense to be involved, and he doesn't want Henderson to fade out of the game because he isn't getting some touches.
Run with the PBA Stars, July 10, Quezon City Memorial. May 3K, 5K, 10K, 15K. Yan sa screens nyo. So sabayan nyo, maraming taga-PBA ang tatakbo na yan. Pati si Chicky Reyes, tatakbo dyan. Rob Dozier, konferado nakabantay sa kanya. Gusto niyang atakihin once again. Finding Sonny Tot, pero naagaw ni Henderson Niles. Passes up ahead to Jericho, who steps back for a three. That would have been crazy if he made that shot.
With Coach Yang Gao, you are allowed to take shots like that.
Cyrus Baguio, yun yung sinasabi ko, Coach Rai, a while ago. Those transition baskets, Cyrus recognizing the defense wasn't there, straight to the hoop.
Well, Rainer Shine is doing a good job with their half-court offense. That is why if they have an opportunity, Alaska, that is, push the ball and score in fast break situations, that's really going to help their offense. And what is nice is every time they make a basket, expect them to go on a full court press, and that time they were able to force another turnover.
Well, that's rarely called. 8-second violation, and Paul Lipa nagdadala ng bola. You'd think he could make his way across that line, but that was a call. Coach Yang not happy. Alaska with a chance to extend their lead.
Sonny Thoss recognized that the time was running down, and Lee didn't have much time. And now they've got Pomferrada on a pushing foul, which will send Dozier to the line in the bonus. But interestingly, I think this game has ebbed and flowed with energy. And Alaska's picked up their energy in the last couple of minutes after the Jericho Cruz explosion in the middle of this quarter.
Well, they always say basketball is a game of runs. Alaska now is on theirs. Have Dozier's at the line to try to add a little more on this lead. That's a miss. And nakita natin yung reaksyon ni Coach Yang Gao na umupo na lang muna ngayon. Pinabayaan si Coach Caloy to stand and talk to the referees. Let's look at the reaction of Coach Yang right after. You didn't see it on the screen. Not happy. He banged that roll tech on the side. Almost a steal once again from Abueva, but they get it to Jeff.
That's going to be a huge challenge because they have a lot of men there in the front court. When Rainer Shine is successful passing the half-court mark, there will be a lot of mismatch and cross-matches will not be on time.
Abueva pumeke ng tres, inilapit, iniwan kay Sunny. Hindi niya maipasok sa rebound. Kinuha ni Henderson Niles. The strength of this Rainer Shine import very apparent on that play. And because Alaska is in penalty, that's going to be 2 free throws for the big man.
But Coach Tab pointed it out. It's really a huge challenge for Henderson Niles from the free throw line. Throughout his career here in the PBA, he's only shooting 43% from the line. In the last time out, he was only 50%. So let's see if he will improve.
And he's huffing and puffing, walking up to that free throw. It took him 30 seconds to get from one side to the other side. You can see pagod na pagod. You don't see Henderson Niles holding on to his shorts.
Well, the tempo of this quarter has been very high. And you've got Cruz out there creating the energy, and Hueva responding, and you know, Banchero and Baguio. You know, these guys are really pushing the pace in this game, and that will take a toll. But he splits again and gets 50%.
And ties the game once again. Only 12 seconds to go. So sa Alaska na lahat na ito kung kaya nilang gamitin. Azul, pumunta kay Sunny. Who do they want to go to? RJ Azul wants to go to Dozier. A second to go. Sticks the hook shot. And that looks like it will count. Of course, they're going to review it as a matter of protocol. Pero mukhang pasok na pasok yung tira ni Rob Dozier. Ang ganda ng pasa. Naantayin natin. Ito, panoorin natin yung nangyari. Eksakto yung pasa. Wasn't expecting it. Was able to recover.
Oh, yes.
And that's going to count. Just as the red light lit up on the backboard. So Rainer Shine will be entering the locker room trailing by 2. Alaska with 51. 49 for Rainer Shine, our Madiscarte player of the half. Firefly LED, maasahan mo ito to light the way. 100% energy saver, 15,000 hours, 30% brighter compared to CFL. RJ Hazul, ang gwardiya para sa Alaska Aces, already 10 points on perfect shooting from the field and the line. And he gives his team a 2-point lead, 51-49 at his score. Aces up by 2 over the Elafto Painters in a battle against ating first half, as expected between these two teams. Once again, Charlie Cuna with Coach Ryan Gregorio, Coach Tab Baldwin. Gentlemen, nakita nyo nung first half. You saw what happened. Tell us your thoughts about how this game has gone so far. Coach Tab?
Well, certainly Alaska has played the game more to their style, more to the way that Coach Alex Compton wanted to see this game flow. A lot more defensive pressure. They got a lot more scoring from the local players. Dozier only with 7 points in the first quarter. So Sonny Thoss and, of course, RJ Hazul stepped up, but not just those two. A lot more scoring throughout the roster. And a lot more defensive pressure created an up-tempo game. Rainer Shine responded and got production as well across the board, but not as much from the key players until the second quarter.
Sa panig naman ng Rainer Shine, Coach Ryan, we've seen that they have their runs as well. Magandang laro ni Jericho Cruz, yung ibang mga players nila. But somehow they couldn't get it going the way they did in game number 1.
Well, percentage-wise from the field, they shot well. They shot 55%. From the three-point area, they were still good at 50%, 5 out of 10. But they did not have a lot of shots because they turned the ball over. They only went and shot like 33 times in this game. Let's take a look at the way Alaska is defending them. As soon as the ball is passed inside, let's pause this for a while. As soon as the ball is passed inside, you take a look at the guys from Alaska really clogging the paint. Let's roll this one now. The ball gets inside the paint, but watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're now staying in the paint. But because of what happened to the Rainer Shine offense in game 1, the outside shooters are now forced to put the ball down. And once again, if Rainer Shine puts the ball down, look at the defense of Alaska. They are clogging the paint again. So what is important right now is for this guy to space out and just clear the space a little bit, because it's going to be really clogged inside. So another thing that Rainer Shine must do consistently is give the extra pass outside and shoot consistently from the perimeter, all well beyond the white line.
We look at the statistics noong ating first half. Ang ganda ng shooting percentage for both teams, even from two, whether from 2 or from 3-point land. But you look at second chance points and offensive rebounds in the favor of the Alaska Aces, Coach.
And not only that, also the turnovers. Rainer Shine with 9 in the first half, and that created a lot more of the easy scoring opportunities that Alaska was able to take advantage of off the offensive boards and points off of turnovers. So, the game has gone Alaska's way. Rainer Shine did what they do well in that second quarter to come back and get this thing tight, so we're in for a heck of a second half.
Third quarter nag-umpisa na para sa takisan ng tunay na lakas. Cobra, gusto ko ba? Nakita nyo, tigalawang naka-double figures yung magkabilang koponan. But right now, second half action has begun. We talk about how great the defense of Alaska has been and how Rainer Shine has been having problems with offense, and yet it's just a 2-point lead as we begin this third quarter. Nakaagaw pa ang Rainer Shine with a chance to tie it or maybe even take the lead. Sa ating third quarter, ito si Belgal, hand off to Anmisi. They're in there together with Henderson Niles, Chan, and Jaire Ibanez na unang papakita pa lang na dito sa ating laro. Cyrus Baguio loses the ball out of bounds. Hazul is in there with Toss, Dozier, and Abueva. Some controversy after who did the last touch, but the referees will stick with that. They're saying Hazul touched it last.
2 straight turnovers here for Alaska. So Rainer Shine really is doing a good job to start the third quarter to limit the scoring options of the white shirts.
Jeff Chan, Drumay baseline, no go. Tapik ni Dozier. Pinulot ni Cyrus Baguio, nagmamadali. Iniwan para kay Hazul. That's a 3 on the way. That's brought to us by OBO Series selfie expert.
RJ yet to miss a shot in this game. That's starting off the way he started off the game. Very important for Alaska, but I like what Coach Yang Gao is doing. He's got Ibanez out there for the first time in this game, but he doesn't want to give up the energy factor in this game. He's always going to keep one guy who's an energy player on the floor.
Si Jeff Chan talaga na-expand ng kanyang laro. Dati spot-up shooter lang, pero ngayon, nagsiset up na rin ng play. Nice pass inside to Henderson Niles, rolling to the hoop.
And what is nice here, especially for Rainer Shine, is because big boy Belga is a threat from the outside. That is where Dozier rotated. But instead of rotating on a higher percentage defensive scheme, that is why Henderson Niles was wide open for that shot inside.
And again, Alaska just has not figured out the ball screen game of Rain or Shine.
Calvin Abueva, iniwasan ang depensa ni Jaire Ibanez para makuha ang basket sa loob. Calvin with only 8 points so far in this game. They expect him to get going here in the second half. Henderson Niles.
I very much like what Alaska's doing. It did it in the second quarter late. They're doing it here. Sonny Thoss doubling the ball, taking some time off the shot clock, pushing Rain or Shine much deeper into the shot clock on every possession.
And right there we see offensive foul ang tinawag kontra kay Maverick Ahanmisi. Pang-apat na yan ni Maverick. And Jaire Ibanez needn't even have taken that three-pointer because the whistle had already blown. Lima lamang ng aces. Punta sila kay Dozier. Belga, tatlo na foul niya. Cyrus sees Henderson Niles. What's he gonna do? Takes a shot over the outstretched arm. That's the three. Brought to us by Oppo F1 Series Selfie. Expert back-to-back threes para sa aces.
This is now the biggest lead of Alaska, 59-51. It's a good start for them here in the third.
Henderson Niles gustong bumaseline sana, pero Sonny Thoss nudged him with the knee. That's going to be a foul on the ball. 14 sa shot clock ng Rain or Shine. Misi goes over the screen. It's tipped away. Sonny Thoss, can he get it? No, Maverick basically sits on the ball. But it's going to be a turnover anyway because he hit the half-court line. That's over and back.
Yeah, probably a good call. It's a little bit nitpicky, but
let's take a look at this.
Yeah, you'll see it on the replay.
It's not the half-court mark.
Not yet, not yet.
So I was looking at the referee, and the referee was gesturing because the ball was trapped in between his leg.
Okay.
That is why it's a turnover. But Coach Cheng did not believe it again.
Yeah. And I don't blame him on that.
Azul, kanyang unang mintis sa larong ito. Walo hinahabol ng Rain or Shine. Naki Ahanmisi. Iniiwan para kay Jaire. The drive kicks out to Jeff.
Big mistake there by Cyrus Baggio. No need to lose sight of Jeff Chan on that. And everybody knows what a great sniper Jeff is. You've got to stay close to him on every penetration.
Jeff about the production, 15 points. He did not even play in the first quarter.
Tama yun, inaantay natin pumutok si Jeff Chan. Sa unang laro lang natin, sa seryeng ito, hindi maganda ang kanyang offensive output. But right now, he's hitting everything. Steps back. Mintis mula kay Jeff Chan. RJ Azul naman ang kumuha ng rebound. You see the Alaska guards getting rebounds on the floor. Abueva Drumay, may contact. And they're gonna say offensive.
Another excellent play there by Jeff Chan, this time at the defensive end. Cutting off Calvin, knowing Calvin's tendencies, going straight into the paint.
Boom.
Calvin only knows one direction, north-south. He isn't going sideways, I'll tell you that.
Oh, there's a foul in the backcourt. Dozier at Belga getting into some action there, and the referee spotted it. And yung mga players pinapupunta sa kanilang mga front court dahil i-review ng mga referees posibleng flagrant ito. Hindi natin alam kung anong klase. Pwede namang regular foul lang. Abangan natin ang magiging hatol. Pero Coach Rai, you know, referees so far have been calling it a bit tight in this game in different sequences. We've seen a couple of calls that may have been questionable, but they've been able to handle the emotion so far.
But especially if the infraction happened without the ball. Of course, Belgia has a reputation, but let's take a look at this.
Two big gentlemen. Boom.
There's not much
I don't
in
know.
that. You know, I mean, you got to let these men play.
Oh,
you know,
yes,
they're
it
not,
doesn't merit the flagrant.
No, they're not kids at the playground.
And we are in the playoffs. This is already the finals.
Exactly. And, you know, these are two big men. Physicality is always going to be part of the way that they play. And even though Bo has a reputation for sometimes crossing that line, in this situation, there's not much there. I mean, Dozier stepping in front, Bo running through him. Should be nothing here to talk about.
Offensive foul has been called, Coach.
So they downgraded it instead of it. The first gesture by our referee was a flagrant foul, but upon review, they deemed it just an offensive foul. So again, forced turnover for Alaska, another chance for them to score in this offensive play.
They have the ball up 5, 8:05 remaining the third quarter. Let's hear from Carla Lizardo.
At the half, Coach Yang Yao expressed his disappointment at the amount of turnovers of the Alaska Painters, 11 in the first half as opposed to 13 in total during game number 1. He also reminded them to communicate on their ball screens and to stop relying on their outside shots. As for the Alaska Aces, Coach Alex Compton was a lot happier with how they've been able to control the pace of the game, so it is a matter of sustaining the tempo for them. Gentlemen.
Thanks a lot, Carla. Dito naman sa backcourt, magdadala sana ng bola. Si Bo Belga, binangga ni Noy Baclao. That's going to be a fourth foul. The fourth foul on Noy Baclao.
Very interesting, significant tactical change here in this game, with Alaska double teaming the ball in the backcourt on almost every made basket and leaving Henderson Niles open, knowing that he's not an attacking option for Rainer Shine.
What a feed inside, Coach. Great baseline shot mula kay Jaire Ibanez, and his teammates found him. You know, as you said, they put in Jaire here to try to shake things up, and he produces.
And what is nice, Jeff Chan, if he gets that ball, he really gets the offense to concentrate, the defense to concentrate in, and that leaves a lot of his guys open for easy shots like that.
Well, Jeff Chan took a gamble there, fell on the floor. Baclao was left open. Nice feed to Dozier. 5 minutes gone by in the second half. Misi. Tumira ng tref. Top of the key. Knocked it down.
Well, there's a reason, Coach, why they're having a hard time for Alaska defending the pick and roll. Because we've mentioned this. Henderson Niles is just too wide. And he knows angles. And if you go under that, that's an automatic shot for Misi.
I think that was a calculated gamble by Alaska, because I think on Ahamisi they will go under. Him making that shot is certainly going to give them reason to think twice now.
Ang feed ni Abueva, tinabing palabas ni Belga. Ball with Alaska with only 7.4 to shoot. Abueva naghanap ng mapasahan, tinanggap ni Cyrus. Cyrus to Abueva. 2 to go, what's he gonna do? Takes the shot over Ibanez. Hits just the board, and Rainer Shine recovers. No whistle. It's like everyone was waiting for a whistle to blow on that play.
Now you see him going over Hamisi.
Belga, di makatira. Dozier just too long. And Jaire trying to attack, and that's going to be a foul. Looks like on Abueva. That's right, his third personal. Let's look at this time to shine move, brought to us by Rainer Shine Sunroof Gloss Roof Paint. Make your roof durable and shiny with Rainer Shine Sunroof. Quick pass to Jaire. He finds Misi all day to set it up. Knock it down. Dalawa sunod-sunod para kay Maverick.
And again, great offense here for Rainer Shine. They did not have a good look on the first 2 attempts, but after that penetrate and kick option of Ibanez, nobody was able to close out here for Alaska.
That's exactly what you talked about in diagram for our fans at home. At halftime, making the extra pass. Azul keeping it going for Alaska, hitting the deep 3. But that's exactly what you talked about, Rainer Shine needing to attack that collapsing defense of Alaska by making the extra pass.
Oh, especially if you get to the paint, expect Alaska really to clog the paint, but that's just one part of the story. It's not enough for you to make stops if you clog the paint. You really have to rush out on the shooters too.
Mintis ang unang tira ni Abueva, pero on the follow, he was all alone. Jaire Ibanez took a fall and didn't get the call.
Well, once in a while, you can get that call, especially if you flop. But it's not 100% automatic that you're going to get it all the time.
And if you fall and there's no whistle, that's it, baby. Eto, ang drive mula kay Jeff Chan. Papasa palabas, may foul, patungong basket. Rob Dozier, tinawagan ng kanyang pangalawang personal. May palitan tayo sa backcourt ng Alaska Aces. Maya-maya, may timeout na tinawag. Maverick and Misi making things interesting here, although Alaska responded to bring the lead back up to 6. Great game again dito sa game number 2 ng ating final series. Rain or Shine and Alaska really not leaving each other behind. It's just a 6-point lead for the Alaska Aces. We saw that in game number 1. Rain or Shine leading most of the way. Alaska would make a run, but Rain or Shine would fight them off. In this game, Alaska doing it to Rain or Shine. At may jump ball na tinawag as we look at Pierre Henderson Niles, ang malaking import ng Rain or Shine. He'll be jumping it up with Noy Baclao.
Just nice timing there for Noy Baclao. He did not need help there. He learned and he knew all along that Henderson Niles' tendency is to go drop step, and he was able to block that shot.
But Rain or Shine maintains possession. Drop back to Bo Belga, back to the basket shot. Cuts the lead down to 4:33 ang natitira sa ating third quarter.
The question now with this Alaska lineup out there, where are they going to go to get perimeter offense?
Kasi nga nagpalit ng backcourt, Ximiniano and Banchero are in there. Noy Baclao takes the jumper. There's no chance for the offensive rebound. Ang ganda ng box out ni Maverick Ahanmisi. Ahanmisi, na lang sa may kaliwa, balik kay Bo. Open from 3. That's too strong, but Henderson Niles will get it back. As Baclao is called for a loose ball foul. Pang-lima na niya yan.
He's done a great job defending Henderson Niles, but he will be given a rest for sure. And Sonny Thos will enter the court because, as what you've said, 5 na itong personal fouls ni Noy Baclao.
14 seconds to shoot para sa Elafto Painters. 4 na minuto sakto natitira sa ating third quarter. Jaire Ibanez. Bounce pass kay Jeff Chan. Umilalim! Dinobol pampa!
Nice two-man game there. It's a very good backdoor play there for Jeff Chan, because usually when you guard him, you want to guard him from the outside. But if you lose your sight, he will go back there. He's just an intelligent player offensively.
Just paying back the favor. Kanina it was Jaire who cut the baseline. Jeff gave him a good pass.
Yes.
Now the other way around. There's Ping from 3. Too strong, and Bo gets the rebound. Chance to tie para sa Rain or Shine.
Well, Alaska's had a few dry possessions now. I think they need to look to go to Dozier inside or Sonny Thos. Both of them have opportunities.
Napunta kay Jaire, hesitated. Trapped inside, goes out to Maverick. Bo is open from 3. And he gives his team the lead.
It's the extra pass. That's really hard to guard, because every time a perimeter player drives to the basket, the defense of Alaska collapses. If they make the extra pass outside, they've got shooters, including Big Boy Belga, who can hit it from the outside.
Lumang na ng 8 ang Alaska dito sa third quarter, but just like that, Rain or Shine erases the 8-point lead, goes up by 1. 3:07 remaining sa ating third quarter. Game of runs once again, Coach Tab, and now it's Rain or Shine's turn.
Exactly, and you know, they've seemed to figure out Alaska's defensive adjustments. As Coach Ryan pointed out, maybe they had somebody listening into his analysis. It would be a smart thing to do, because the extra passes and the accurate shooting from Hamnisi and now Bo Belga is what has brought this lead back. But the drought at the offensive end for Alaska has to be figured out as well. And again, I'm going to say I think they've got to go down inside to Sonny Thos and Rob Dozier.
Here's that pass, bumaseline si Jeff. Binaba pa muna, sa kabila nilagay. Tatak, Holcim move the game yan. Brought to us by Holcim. Panatag ka pag Holcim.
And Belga already with 8 points. In the last series, he only averaged 4.5 points per game. In fact, in that series against San Miguel, he was 0 out of 8 from the 3-point area. But in game 1, he was 3 out of 4. And now, he has 1 3-pointer and another one. Back-to-back threes for Belga.
No wind-up of the shotgun there. Just points at his head. Stares down the audience. It's a 4-point lead all of a sudden para sa Rain or Shine. Thos humuksak. Yun yung opensa. Coach Tab, you were looking for that earlier. More touches for Sonny Thos to create it at both.
And on the last possession, they tried to force it in a great defensive play by Henderson Niles to knock it away, and that led to the transition 3 for Bo Belga. But certainly Alaska, that's where they're going to get some profit.
Henderson Niles umatake ng basket. Supalpal ni Sonny Thos. Nice block from the boss. Banchero surveying the floor. Sees Don on the right, decides to take it anyway! Banchero all the way to the hoop. Tatlo na naman tayo at the 2-minute mark of the third quarter.
Turning offensive mistakes from Rain or Shine into transition points. And here's the double in the backcourt again, forcing the big man to bring the ball up the floor.
But Bo goes under the defense. What a shot mula kay Bo Belga. Umilalim.
His confidence is really high right now. A total of 8 points, 2 3-pointers here in the third quarter, or 14 points all in all in this game too.
Ano isasagot ng Alaska? Bo Belga owing up right away. He says, that's my foul. He knew it. And he gestures right away to Coach Yang. I'm okay, but I think Almazan's coming in. Timeout has been called by the Rain or Shine Alaska Painters. They have a 2-point lead with 1:31 to go. Here's that play a while ago. Amazing shot, the stretch from Big Bo. These two teams keeping up the trend that they started in Game 1. Not separating that score too much after that early 24-10 lead in game number 1. Alaska caught up and it's been close all the way since then. Ngayon, dalawa lamang ng Rain or Shine. 74-72.
Swerte pa rin tong Alaska dahil umiinit na si Belga, but because of 5 personal fouls, he really has to sit on the bench.
Si Almazan ang pinasok, Kanyahan nandyan na rin. Dozier baseline move. Powers his way up against Almazan.
Again, that's where Alaska's got to go. They've just got to keep pounding it inside.
A miss from Ping Exeminiano. He fights all by himself against 3 red shirts for the putback.
Well, very interesting. Yang Gao coming out of that timeout has 5 new players on the floor. All 5. He substituted all 5 players. So this is a great lineup to pressure. These guys are straight off the bench. There might be some mistakes out there. They'll settle down quickly with only a minute to go in the quarter.
There was a quick 4 points para sa Alaska para makuha ulit yung kalamangan. 45 seconds to go. Pass inside kay J. Arquinian. Mintis, pero natamaan ang kanyang braso ni Chris Banchero. That's right. That's his second personal. So Kanyahan will go to the line for 2 free throws. And J. Arquinian has been quiet so far. Only 2 points in this game.
Well, he got the mismatch there with Exeminiano down in the post. But again, coming cold off the bench, not playing much in the first 2 games. Uncharacteristically misses his first free throw.
I recognize one of the ladies in that photo, one of the daughters of Rain or Shine assistant manager Jay Legacion. 1-point lead Alaska, 76-75. May foul na tinawag sa pagpasa na yon. Gabe Norwood. First personal pala ni Gabe yan. 14 seconds to shoot para sa Alaska Aces. Here's Rob, high above, goes to Sunny Toss. Here's that double team, inilabas kay Banchero. Banchero drive. May contact, no call. Dozier gets the offensive board. Open from 3 is Ping Exeminiano, and he makes them pay!
Wide open shot, another second chance opportunity for Alaska. And like what I told you earlier, you do not leave Exeminiano open from the 3. He worked on that during the offseason.
That's right, can't take this guy for granted anymore. Forced shot, flipped it up, Gabe Norwood, knowing time was about to expire. Pero may foul na tinawag. Bago natapos, bago nag-buzzer.
They have to check if there was still time there when the referees called that foul. But definitely there was contact because 2 out of the 3 referees saw that there was indeed a foul.
And referee Art Herrera, inire-report na sa ating officials table kung ano ba nangyari. Panoorin natin.
There's still time.
There's the arm.
So 2 free throws will be given to Raymond Almazan.
Almazan was waiting already at the stripe, but the announcement has yet to be made. So we might have Almazan taking 2 free throws here. And they might put a little time back on the clock, maybe 1/10 of a second. Sanitos nga, nakatulan ng foul. Pangatlo ni Sanitos yan. Kaya nga nasa linya si Raymond Almazan for free throws, and they're calling some aces over to rebound because there's time left on the clock, 3/10 of a second to be exact. The first Coach Tab, you look at Gabe just flipping up that shot and you're saying, what's he doing? And And then you realize he knows the time, he knows the situation, he knew he had to do that.
Exactly, and Almazan knew that there was going to be a rebound opportunity, and so he did a great job positioning himself and you know, getting something out of nothing, really.
Alaska fans trying to test the mettle of Raymond Almazan, but pasok pa rin ang kanyang unang free throw. First point of the game for Rock and Roll. Well, that's his third point, rather. Had a basket earlier. Second one rolls out, and time will expire. After all of that, runs from both teams. Alaska comes out still up by 3 at the end of the third quarter. Fourth quarter na para sa tagisan ng tunay na lakas. Cobra, gusto ko pa. Unang possession na nasa mga pula. Itong rain or shine, trailing by 3. Paul Lee with the ball. Collision, and a foul is called. Reach in by Ping Seminiano.
One of the first times we've seen rain or shine go back to one of their set play offenses for Paul Lee to get a shot off a stagger screen rather than using the ball screen.
Ngayon si Chris Chu naman ilalabas kay Kinyan. Sineta para pa 3. In and out ang tira, pero Almazan nakakuha ng offensive rebound. Ball is on the floor. And referee Kilingen says it's going the other way. So nothing out of that first offensive para sa rain or shine. They need to take care of the ball dito sa fourth quarter dahil yung 11 turnovers nila nung first half, nadagdagan pa ng 4 noong third quarter, Coach Rai.
And that is one aspect wherein Alaska really is doing a tremendous job, forcing turnovers and also scoring off turnovers. And that was a forced turnover on the defensive end. And add another 3 points here for Dondon Ontiveros.
That was brought to us by Oppo F1 Series selfie expert.
Well, interesting, you know, talk about rain or shine switching on the ball screens and then doubling down on the postman. That time, Alaska used Dondon in the ball screen, knowing that they can't double so easily off Dondon. Here he gets the 3.
Turnover na naman. Press mula kay Dondon. In and out. Calvin Abuevo was trying for that. And he'll get the 2!
Now that's 5 straight points here for Alaska. And again, they match their biggest lead at 8 points, 84-76. But they're doing it on both ends of the floor. They're doing it on the defensive end by really making a lot of defensive stops. And they're scoring a lot on offense too.
Paul Lee umatake. Dahil alam niya, kailangan nilang umupensa. Foul from Sunny Dawes. And somebody's awesome play brought to us by Signal. Awesome news. Subscribe to the all-new Signal Flexi plan. No lock-in and enjoy 1 month free MSF. Purchase a Signal HD kit for $2,990. Pay 1 month advance MSF. For more details, visit www.signal.tv. Paul Lee not quite as noisy in this game.
Only 4 points for Paul Lee. But the thing really is limited minutes that he has played here in this ball game. He started in the first quarter, but we did not see him a lot in between quarters. 2 for 2 there for Paul Lee. But if you're Alaska, 2 aspects in the game wherein rain or shine really lorded it over in game 1. Points from turnovers. Rain or shine 27-10 by Alaska, but in tonight's game 19 for Alaska and only 7 for rain or shine.
Ayun, pumunta sa poste. Over the back. Doon sa pagpasa sa loob, sabi ni Raymond Almazan, bolang, tinamaan ko. Sabi ni referee Aquino, hindi, patay katawan, nabangga mo rin.
Alaska started this fourth quarter with their real energy lineup on the floor. Calvin Abueva playing the power forward position. So a small lineup, but very aggressive.
Seminiano tinanggap ang bola. Iniiwan kay Abueva, 3 dyan, top of the key. Talbog palabas, rebound Poli, nagmamadali as usual up the floor. Side steps, contact, takes the basket. Foul had already been called, that's the 5th on Calvin Abueva.
You see how strong Poli is? That's Calvin Abueva, and he was just running on breakneck speed. And you've mentioned that he's got the ability to really use his body to get that advantage. And he was successful again in that play.
I think the real underrated skill of Paul Lee is his ball handling ability. At speed,
Yes.
he's able to go both left and right and handle the ball in traffic, which really assists in his ability to attack the rim.
And sometimes you see Paul Lee, Coach Tab, and it's like he likes the contact more. He's more in rhythm when he has that body rubbing up against him. He finds himself free sometimes and he misses the shot.
He's a power guard. I know that's not a very common
Right.
thing to talk about, but that's what he is. He uses power in his offensive game.
Mintis ang tres ni Eximiliano. 4 ang inahabol ng Rainer Shine. Ang dami pang oras. 9:36 to go. Norwood. Kinyahan wants it kasi mas maliit si Don Ontiveros, pero hindi maibigay sa kanyang bola. Chris Yu had to come over. Leaves it for Jewel. He hit a 3 in the first half. This one bounces long. Quick pass from Norwood. Chance for a 3-point play. Quick thinking from General Norwood.
Just an intelligent play there for Norwood. He exactly knew what he wanted to do even when he was in the air. He made that offensive rebound, but he saw his teammate open underneath the basket, and before landing, he was able to dish off that nice assist pass.
We call that the Tanduay Tibay shot of the game, brought to us by Tanduay 5 years. Tibay ng loob, Tibay Tanduay. Kompleto ang 3-point play. Biglang, isa na lang ang lamang ng Alaska. Just a while ago, Coach Ryan, you said, it's back to an 8-point lead.
Pero ngayon ang ganda ng bulusok nitong Rainer Shine. At ang maganda pa rito, wala yung kanilang import habang ginagawa nila itong rally na ito.
Totoo. Balik kay Dozier. Dozier's been quiet. Kahit wala yung kalaban niyang import. Nagkakagirian. Pisikalan. Dalawa yung nakipagbanggaan doon. At Ponferrado ang natawagan ng kanyang pang-apat na personal. And on cue, andyan na si Henderson Niles to replace Kinyahan. Cyrus Baguio is in as well para palitan si Chris Eximiliano. Baclao, pinasok na rin ni Coach Alex to replace Sonny Tos. 9 minutes to go in game number 2. Away from the ball, Paul Lee is called for a holding foul on Cyrus Baguio.
Well, there was quite a significant foul advantage for Rainer Shine. Alaska sitting on 4, Rainer Shine was down on 1, but that's been evened out in one possession. Now it's 4-3. And it's one way the referees have of trying to keep a game even at this early stage.
And to make sure also that the coaches stop barking. Because if it's like 4-0, the other coach will say, look at the team foul situation.
Turnaround jumper ni Baguio hindi pumasok. Coach Tab, after sitting out for such a long stretch, Jericho Cruz is back in the game.
And look for him to make an immediate impact, first with his energy and defense, and then with his attacking offense.
But this guy, Jewel Ponferrada, a couple of seasons ago, you wouldn't have seen him even attempt to do something like that.
Well, he will spot up and shoot that perimeter jumper. But just seeing with so much confidence, he can bring the ball down now. And he is now a two-way player. He's not just a defensive specialist. He can also hurt you with his offense.
Chris Chu is down. Nasipa sa mukha ni Chris Banchero. But he picks himself up.
Yun yung matchup ng papugian natin.
Yun na nga eh. Ha? Pag nagdepensa yung dalawa niya, kahit magpalitan ng mukha, okay lang.
Wala. Pantay lang.
Ponferrada!
Wow!
What are we seeing in this game?
Well, again, the ball screen offense, Jericho Cruz turning the corner, dragging Dozier deep into the lane, Ponferrada spotting up. It's an easy shot for a good shooter.
That's brought to us by Oppo F1 Series selfie expert Ponferrada. 5 points strung together, and all of a sudden, lamang ng Rainer Shine ng 4. Timeout on the floor. Back to the action as Rob Dozier. Nitangan ng bola sa baseline. Pinasa kay Cy Baguio. Jumper mula sa kanan. Looper finds the mark.
That's a set play coming out of the huddle. They knew that they could get the switch with Henderson onto Baguio. And Cyrus able to hit the perimeter shot.
Ngayon naman, sumugod patungong basket si Gabe Norwood. Nakakuha naman ng foul. Cyrus Baguio naman matatawagan ang kanyang unang personal. So 14 on the shot clock for the Aces. Side court inbound. Gabe Norwood right in front of his bench.
That's bad news for Alaska. Definitely their defense will adjust a little bit because that's their 5th team foul already.
Henderson Niles. Pumamp fake. And he gets the basket over Noy Baclao.
Again, a very silent night here for Henderson Niles. Only his 8th point. But he knows exactly that the defense might change a bit And Baclao was just too worried because of two things, 5 personal fouls and also 5 team fouls.
Those are jumpers, too strong. Nowhere near the shooting performance na meron siya noong game number 1. Ngunit, na-sandwich si Noy Baclao sa gitna ng mga red shirts, and that's a foul on Chris Chu. Coach Ray, magkakampi dati sa Ateneo yan, no? Noy Baclao at Chris Chu.
Nag-abot yan, oo.
Alaska keeping that pressure on the offensive boards. Again, getting some production. There you see the mismatch. Ball reversal, the extra pass.
He knew he was going to miss. Got the offensive board. Baclao not ready. He saves it as well. Azul thought about 3. Drives the lane. Kinaliwa. And he gets it off the hook. Shot creation. Crazy here in the 4th quarter.
And usually, Hazul, when he sets his feet from the outside, he will just launch that 3. But he saw the defense rush out to him, and he was so creative finishing off with his left hand.
Hihingi ni Bonferrada, lead kasi ng bantay. Ando naman si Dozier para tumulong. Pero sabi ni Bonferrada, I'll take care of business here in the 4th quarter.
14 big points for Jewel Bonferrada. 2 3-pointers in this game. And he is just really the focal point of offense here for Rain or Shine in the 4th.
7 points in the past couple of minutes para kay Bonferrada. Ngayon naman, drive si Banchero. Henderson Niles matatawagan ng kanyang 2nd personal. So he's found ways to preserve his fouls. This is an Astig Hoops and Moves by our robust Astig player of the game, brought to us by Robuff Dietary Supplement for Men.
It's just great understanding here on mismatches for Rain or Shine. They saw that Ponferrada will not be able to be stopped there on a single coverage by Cyrus Baguio.
Crossover from Banchero, Mintis. Dozier gusto sana islam dunk. Mintis na naman. Jericho Cruz, the other side. Gets it to go! Raises his hands.
That's just fantastic finish there by Jericho Cruz, one of the better fast break finishers here in the league, only in the 2nd year, but he's got, wow, great future here in the PBA.
Here's an excellent shot brought to us by Stanley Hand Tools and Power Tools. Performance in action, Coach Tab. You like that?
Well, Jericho might have got away with clearing a little bit of room for himself there, but, you know, in the fast transition, great outlet by Henderson Niles. And Cruz, as Coach Ryan said, a great finisher. And in spite of clearing a little room for himself, he gets the call that time.
5.5 na lang natitira sa ating 4th and final quarter. Biglang 6 na lamang ng Rain or Shine. Dozier loses its footing. And Henderson Niles called for a foul. Picks up his buddy, Rob Dozier. Guys are really close, good friends. Teammates at the University of Memphis. They went to the NCAA championship game together with this guy named Derrick Rose.
That rings a bell.
Oh, ano to? Improper bench decorum. Sino natawag?
Was it a technical foul? Oh, just a warning.
It's the warning on the bench.
It's the entire Rain or Shine bench. They could not believe that a foul was whistled there because they felt like Dozier was already off balance when he got that ball.
The entire Rain or Shine bench except Coach Angao.
All right.
He was a model of serenity over there.
But look at his eyes.
Yeah.
There's a dagger look.
Burning in there. It's burning in there.
You
Behind
think
those
there's a message there, maybe?
2 for 2 para kay Rob Dozier. Baba sa 4 ang lamang ng Rain or Shine.
Alaska coming out with some pressure again.
Look at the shout count. Abueva leading everyone else. Chan, Jerry Cruz, and Rob Dozier in 2nd, 3rd, and 4th slots. Be heard through shout. Go to Sports 5 PH and check it out. Pagparamdam sa supporters sa inyong PBA idols. Mintis ang Rain or Shine. Pagkakataon makalapit pa lalo ng Alaska. Inaantay ni Baguio ang bola. Finally umabot sa kanya pero andyan na ang depensa ni Gabe Norwood.
Here's the switch, the rotation, the extra pass. Banchero doesn't handle it.
And he throws it away.
Tremendous defense there by Rain or Shine.
They started on the switch and a double team, and they did not stop. They really rushed out, and they were able to get on the faces of the usual shooters, and then they were able to get that pass.
Here's the contact again. Bolli. It's like that's what gets him that basket, gets him the balance when he goes up, the contact.
He needs that really for space.
Well, you know, Rain or Shine comes down, they run their ball screen offense again with Paul Lee. He and Cruz out there really create problems for Alaska.
Dozier wanted to jam it home. Lost control do sa bola, hindi niya nahawakan pero may foul na. Henderson Niles, biglang apat na ang foul. Tama ba? Apat na nga.
It was a late call, but still, there was definitely contact. A foul has to be called.
Nasa linya si Rob Dozier for 2 free throws. Glimpse of the fans at courtside. A miss on the second from Rob. 5-point lead para sa Rain or Shine, 96-91. Playing catch-up is Alaska once again. Ponferrada handoff to Norwood. Jericho Cruz, always a threat. Ayun drive, flips it up and in!
Jericho Cruz once again. 14 big points coming off the bench. He was scoreless in the first quarter and in the third quarter. Scored 10 points in the second and now 4 points in the fourth.
And a miss mula sa tres, Calvin Abueva. Oh, Henderson Niles is hurt. Looks like he got hit in the thigh. You see him limping up the court as he gets into position. And so Rain or Shine calls a timeout because their import is in pain.
Probably it's your horse. It's Charlie Horse.
Charlie Horse, oo nga. Paul Lee with the basket, immediately coming out of the timeout. Kaya umangat na sa siyam ang lamang ng Rain or Shine with only 3 minutes and 12 remaining. Rain or Shine, pinalalaki ang kalamangan. Coach Tab, if you're Alaska, you need to move more quickly on your offense now.
Well, they do. They have to get it into the hands of their primary scorers if they can't get transition opportunities. But they have scorers out there on the floor now. Hazul, Baguio, Sonny Thos, Rob Dozier, and Calvin Abueva. So this group can score quickly. But you're right. There's not a lot of time to waste just running offense for the sake of running offense.
Sonny Thos nasa linya ngayon. Pasok ang kanyang unang free throw.
But for Alaska, really, there's something bugging them with their offense because of the tremendous defense of Rain or Shine. But you've been saying this since the first quarter. They're having a hard time defending the pick-and-roll situations of Rain or Shine.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the double team.
Oh, yes.
I think especially against Paul Lee. They've got to take the ball out of his hand.
And make him a passer instead of a scorer.
And get a lot of rotation, much like Rain or Shine's been doing.
Under the defense, Mendes ang layup. A while ago, you saw the Tanduay 5 on the floor. Brought out by Tanduay 5 here. Tibay ng loob. Tibay Tanduay. Rain or Shine gets it back. Alaska throwing that one away. The opportunity para makalapit. And now Rain or Shine will take some more time off that clock.
Here they're setting up the ball screen right here. And a switch.
3 on the way. Masyado malakas. Good line, pero tumalbog sa plancha.
Jericho Cruz just gives up on nothing out there.
Well, there's a couple of players you could probably say that about here in this game, but that's a defensive foul. Rob Dozier, he hit the basket, pero may konting warding off. At natawagan siya, tingnan natin.
Just good defense here for big boy Belga. And you see that left hand of Dozier. Great defensive stop there for Belga.
And very good call by the officials.
Oh, yes.
Too. It's not an easy call to make. Right. Here we've got the switch again, but they'll favor this a bit more with Norwood.
We're in the last 2 minutes. Para sa tag-isa ng tunay na lakas. Cobra, gusto ko pa. Jericho on the move, Mintis, rebound Dozier. Alaska nagmamadali na sapagkat 1 minute and 48 na lang natitira. Press from Hazul. He knocks that one down. That's big.
Well, as you said, there was quick offense there. You looked for the screen from Sonny Thos right away. Rain or Shine got caught sleeping a little bit.
Timeout is called.
Now, the question is, because we're seeing now in the shot clock of Alaska, 16 seconds remaining. So that's again a forced turnover. Not enough time for Norwood to call that timeout. So Alaska has a chance to score on this possession.
Well, they're not really supposed, referees are not supposed to use the shot clock to make that call. They're supposed to use their count. So it's a very interesting call by the referee.
It's been called twice in this game. That's big. Kung makapasok ng tira ang Alaska rito, magiging one possession game na lang. Abueva, swing to Hazul. Hit a 3 a while ago. Make that back to back.
Oh, that's That's a very nice extra pass here for Alaska. They have not been doing that. They have not been hitting the outside shooters after the double team of Rain or Shine. That time around, Azul was ready to take that shot, and he made it.
8 straight points para sa Alaska coming out of that timeout. Paul Lee gets 2 back. And hit on the head as well. Chance para for 3-point play. Hey, this guy's pretty big time.
And even the switch with Big Rob Dozier, who's a very mobile big man, still can't stay in front of Paul Lee. You see the extra pass here. You wonder why Jericho Cruz rotated off of Azul to go take the shot away from Calvin Abueva. Maybe he should have thought about who the shooters were and made a little bit better choice there.
And what about that shot of Paul Lee? Just as Alaska was really threatening to get the upper hand here, he was able to make that layup and a completed 3-point play and a 2-possession lead again for Rain or Shine.
PBA Commissioner's Cup Finals action. Ang dami nanonood sa atin on this Mother's Day Sunday, Coach Rai. Kasama na yan si Global Port owner Mikey Romero watching the action, enjoying this matchup between Rain or Shine and Alaska Aces.
At pati na rin si Paul Artadi na nanonood rin, mga champion players natin, and of course, alam nila na playoffs, finals situation na, kaya maganda na ang mga laro rito.
4-point lead, Alaska, nangailangan ng pasok dito ng tira, and Abueva will drive in, flip it up, a foul is called downstairs on Jaire Ibanez, and it's going to be free throws for the Beast. I didn't foul him, he says to his coach.
There. Oh yes, a good bailout by our referee. Calvin Abueva, who just attacked the basket aggressively, was able to get a big foul.
Again, very good defense there by Rain or Shine. They covered the primary action of Alaska's play. They picked up well on that ball screen. I thought Azul might have had a shot coming off the ball screen, but he rotated the ball over to Calvin. Calvin attacked.
And sometimes when Calvin just goes aggressively towards the basket, even if there is no contact, he makes referees feel like there was one, and he was able to go 2 for 2 on that trip. And Rain or Shine is only up by 2.
And fourth to call a timeout once again ng Rain or Shine. Dul sa backcourt defense kasi ng Alaska Aces. Bo pointing at the referee and saying, we can't get this ball in. We need to call a ceasefire. 56.1 ang natitira. 2-point lead lamang para sa Rain or Shine. 103 to 101. There's that play a while ago. And, you know, many times when you guys talk, Calvin Abueva and the word attack come in the same sentence.
He was definitely in trouble there, only by his lonesome against 4 Rain or Shine defenders. But lucky for him, he was able to fish for a foul.
But right now, this is our concern. 56.1 seconds remaining, a 2-point lead for the guys with the ball, Rain or Shine. Jericho leaves it para kay Paul Lee, 15 to shoot. Inaantay niya yung screen mula kay Bo. Yan, binigay na lang, mas maliit ang kalaban. Sumugod si Bo, layup mintis. Abueva rebound, tumawag ng timeout.
Oh, that's the stop that Alaska really wanted, to make it just a single possession deficit for them, and they were able to make that stop.
A good idea from Bo Belga to attack. Ulit, hindi pumasok ang kanyang pagbitaw. Nakita natin dito. Nakita niya, lead ng kalaban. Umatake.
Well, usually a makeable shot there for Big Boy Belga. But good thing Sanitos was there to bother that layup.
Now, Alaska trying to come up with some way to tie up this game. Let's listen to Coach Alex.
Pressure in the backcourt, possibly trap, and then foul, go for the ball. Okay? All right. RJ, Calvin, Cy, Sonny, Rob, Cy, you curl, and pop. Calvin, you're going hard back door and out. We're looking for the exact same play again. I don't want you guys confused, okay? We're looking right at the 1 again, okay? We're looking right at the 1. The difference is Rob is now here and Sonny's here. When we look inside, Sonny, you slip it hard. Don't screen for Rob. You slip it hard. RJ's gonna screen for Rob. Now it's just corner pass. And we're playing our stuff. Look, okay? Exact same play. Rob, screen, come across. There's no play here. We got him in the post. Okay?
On your screens, you see number of timeouts remaining. 2 fouls for Rain or Shine, 1 foul for Alaska. Wala nang 30s. No fouls to give for either team. Mag-i-inbound itong si RJ Hazul. 39 seconds.
Here comes the ball screen for Baguio. Here comes the ball screen. Oh, Sonny went straight to the post that time. Here.
Napunta sila kay Rob Dozier, nasa poste. Hook shot niya, paso! Might not have been the play that they drew up, but Rob Dozier gets the hook shot in the paint.
Who cares? Who cares about execution? For as long as you get 2 points in the end.
27.3 na lang ang tira. Ito yung play.
It was clear that Alex Compton wanted something down inside. Thoss posted up on one side, Dozier on the other. And Rob, with the matchup against the smaller Bo Belgo, just went to the jump hook. Great conversion.
The hesitation did everything there. They thought he was going to pass it to the other side. You saw the reaction a bit too late. It's hard to go up with Rob Dozier as long as he is.
Side out, Coach Yang Gao.
That's right. His turn.
Okay, this is what happens now. Jeff, go inbound. Step up. Okay. Jericho. Yeah, ito gawin natin. Okay, ito, look. B. Screens. Okay. Jericho. Okay. Step up. You can go either way. Jericho. Okay. You can go either way. So, roll, pop. Okay, reverse, ball screen. Okay, i-roll natin. You roll, okay? You roll. Hindi siya kamitan, siya roll. On the roll, okay? Look, we will use... So we can clear the middle. Okay, pwede kayo itong drive, ha? Okay, ha? Okay, ha? Pwede, okay lang. Anytime, basta magka-opportunity kayo, yung clock, huwag nyo naintindihan. Okay, basta may opportunity to score. Okay? Okay, look. Okay? Jeff, punta ka na doon. Angat ka kaagad. B. You do the down screen and then you step up. Okay? He might use you, you're always on the roll. He might go here, he's popping, you're always on the roll. Okay? Paul, dito ka. Okay? Let's do the open shot.
Coach Yang Gao in his timeout is looking to go to a double high ball screen or a horns action, as we call it. It looks like Jericho Cruz is going to be in the position of being the decision maker. Jeff Chan checks in as a shooter. So you're going to see big Henderson Niles diving to the rim after the ball screen and Bo Belga popping for the shot.
So a shout back from Jeff Chan, greeting all the mothers. Happy Mother's Day, so do we here at the panel. Ball will go in. He's doing the inbound. Itong si Jeff Chan. Natanggap na nga ni Cruz. And as Coach Tab said, he will have to make the decision. Goes to Bo. Hand off to Paul Lee. 3-second difference. Game clock and shot clock.
This is a great matchup. We see Dozier's size against Lee's cleverness.
Lee kicks to Bo. Let's fly with a second to go. Can't get it. Bo, offensive rebound.
Wow! And that's it.
And only 1/10 of a second. That's the game winner para sa Rain or Shine. Offensive rebound. We're killing Rain or Shine, but they get one at the end for the potential winning basket.
Just the composure of Paul Lee, knowing the clock was running out. The game is now officially over. Yang Gao heading for the locker room.
Yeah, because there was only 1/10 of a second left there, and it's got to be like 3/10 of a second for an offensive team to have a good shot at the basket. But just take a look at that. It's a lazy shot, but usually that is part of the arsenal of Paul Lee.
There still may be some discussion here because it looked like the shot clock still had 0.3 and the game clock may have run out when the ball went through the net.
Yun yung sinasabi ni Coach Alex Compton now in the middle. They're saying it counts, but
that was not the bone of contention there.
Precisely.
Because as soon as the ball made it through the basket, there was at least 3/10 of a second
It
left.
looked that way. It looked that way.
Yeah, it looked that way.
Well, yun na nga. Nilalaban pa rin ni Coach Alex Compton yun.
But it's okay.
Well, it looks official. That's the final score, 105-103. And Raynor Shine trailing at the end of the first 3 quarters. Each of the first 3 quarters leads at the end of the game by 2 and grabs a 2-0 series lead. And our Madiscarte player of the game, yeah, to give it, I suppose, to the fellow who knocked that one down.
Oh yes, and not only that, he only scored 4 points in the first 3 quarters, but exploded with 13 in the 4th quarter, and he hit tough shots. He was able to get to the basket, score on floaters, layups, and even 3-point play. This is a very important basket for him, but none more important than the buzzer beater.
Firefly LED, maasahan mo ito to light the way. 100% energy saver, 15,000 hours, 30% brighter compared to CFL. 70 points, 4 assists, and for the 2nd straight game in the series, Paul Lee. On behalf of my fine gentlemen beside me, Coach Ryan Gregorio, Coach Tab Baldwin, this is Charlie Guna. Right now, we're signing off. Thank you for watching the PBA.